Happy New Year. This is Joe Whitchurch, Free in Three. First one of the new year, beginning the year off well with a Free in Three. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about a big word called eschatology. Have you heard of eschatology? It's from the Greek word eschaton, which means last things or the ending. Stephen Covey, the Mormon motivational and personal organizational guru who wrote Habits of Successful People, says one of his principles is it's important to begin with the end in view. And as an apologist, a person that values giving a reason for the truthfulness of the Christian faith, I've always been attracted to the moral argument for the existence of God. And I'm not going to develop that right now, but I believe that the moral argument really requires and desperately needs an eschatology. Now, everybody knows that eschatology needs a moral argument. If you're going to start some enterprise or some political campaign, you ask yourself the question, why am I doing it? Why am I the better candidate? Why are my causes more important? But rarely do people ask, why does the moral argument require an eschatology? And here's some reasons why I think it really does. We have been conditioned from growing up for Superman, who fights for truth, justice, and the American way. But the American way never comes to the whole planet. And it's a cycle of dualism. He's always fighting against evil people. Of course, he always wins short-term skirmishes, but the battle's never over. Same with He-Man and Skeletor. Skeletor may win a short-term victory, but He-Man's always going to win the episode victory. But Skeletor is always going to be back for the next series. Same with Lucas's Star Wars and the Force. There's always going to be a dark side. There's always going to be a Darth Maul. And there may be an Obi-Wan Kenobi who we prefer, or a Luke or a Han Solo. But the Empire is always going to be building a new Death Star. And is there ever any final victory? And are the ones who win the final victory worthy of winning the final victory? So we need to have a reason for why we're resisting as opposed to part of the corruption. You know, Alice in Wonderland provides an illustration of this. Alice, when she arrives in Wonderland, asks the Cheshire Cat, can you tell me the way that I should walk? And the Cheshire Cat says to Alice in reply, that depends on where you want to go. To which Alice replies flippantly, oh, it really doesn't matter. And the cat replies, then it really doesn't matter which way you walk. And you see what I mean? Morality, purposefulness, meaning requires some justification. And that's true whether or not you're into life for the, how shall we say, the little money or into it for the big money. It doesn't matter. It's ultimately meaningless if you don't have a reason for your existence and for your moral notions. And of course, we have people who tell us it's important to have the carrot. That's a carrot, friends. The carrot and the stick, or in this case, the carrot and the fly swatter. Heaven, hell, reward, punishment, significance, insignificance, importance, unimportance. So anyway, welcome Forrest, welcome Ron, Alex, Madison, Fred for Free in Three. So what I'm saying here is that Christ is victor and he is a servant king. Morality is important that it be grounded in God's character of self-giving, limitless, creative love, but he's also just and true. And Christ is not just gentle Jesus, meek and mild, but he is also the victor. The decisive victory came at the cross. The ultimate victory in history will come at the second coming of Christ. The moral argument requires eschatology to make it stick and to be important. Otherwise, we're like Orson Welles saying, we live alone, we die alone, we only friendships and our fickle loves give us the illusion in a temporary moment that we aren't alone. We are not alone. There is a God. and we are required to give an account before him. Thank God for his grace in the cross. Hope you're starting the new year with some good scripture reading programs and realizing that you need to begin with the end in view. This has been Free in 3. I'm signing out. Thanks again, Stephen Spehager and others, for showing up for this episode. God bless you in the year 2019.